Hi everyone, Tashi here from Pixie Mommy's Reborns. Hello and welcome, or welcome back. So I have something interesting to talk about, I think anyway, and I hope to actually be talking to more of you than just the doll collecting community or reborn community. And here's why. I got a message the other day. I just got a chance to open it today from a lovely young woman. She's 20 years old. Not, of course, not putting up names or anything, but just had a few questions for me. Wanted to question a reborn doll collector. And I was wondering if I was open to, some questions. So I thought that was really cool. As a result of that, I decided to come here to my channel to make a video because it got my mind going that many of you that may be stopping in that are part of the mainstream of YouTube and not, there's an entire community of people that collect dolls, reborn dolls, silicone dolls, other kind of dolls. And very often on our channels, when we make our videos, we're speaking to one another. We're making videos with the intentions that other collectors are watching. Therefore, we're sharing our dolls, calling them babies, referring to, acting as if they're real, role-playing, things of that nature. Where you get so kind of lost, wrapped up and lost in your world of, of our world, a community world, which there's nothing wrong with that. But we forget, or I can say it, I forget that anybody can click on my channel or on my Instagram account. And if you're just popping in on, any of my videos, you might look and say, scratch your head and say, is this woman a little cuckoo? Things like that, because each video you're not coming on and you're not explaining this is entertainment, this is role play, you don't tell about your life and that whole thing. It's just, they're just clicking on to one little part of it. I'm going to pick up a baby. I brought two dolls on today, babies on. We normally call them babies. I chose one a sleep sculpt and one awake sculpt. Babies, different looking from one another. One's a little African American baby or African baby. This is Asir. He is the Sally sculpt by Bonnie Brown. His artist is Kimberly's Cocoon. Not here today to talk about the sculpts or the art, the artist behind it and the art and things. That'll be for another subject. But just introducing the babies, baby dolls. And this is Lennon. He is the Chase sculpt, also sculpted by Bonnie Brown. And his artist is Alexandra's Babies. Alexandra Hughes is his artist. So I'll keep him in my arms for a moment. So as you can see from looking, many of them, certainly, I would think looking at this little guy in my arms, you do a double take for a minute and think that I'm holding a real baby. And they feel incredibly real. They're weighted to feel like real babies. The hair is rooted and all that. So, it's a really cool experience for those who love dolls, love babies, and art. The art behind it is amazing. So I am 43 years old. I am a mother of 4 children, actual children. I have 3 daughters and a son. The ages of my children are 24. It's 3 girls and then the boy, 24, 18, 16, and my son, many of you have seen him on my channel, Gabe, is going on 11 in February. So, because that is a question I think that many people ask, do you collect these dolls to replace children, to replace having a child? Definitely not. I definitely have children. There are women in our community that have, suffered losses of children, miscarriages, can't have children, etc., that find comfort in these dolls for sure. I find comfort in the dolls for different reasons, and I'm also, I'm a baby person. I loved my children at the baby stage, at the infant baby stage, and I'm now done having my own children. In between, I don't have grandchildren, so this is something enjoyable. But I'm not here all day pretending that these dolls are real. I'm at all. What I do for fun to come on here for role play, and the pictures that I post on Instagram are, again, they're intended to share the love of the dolls with other doll collectors, and the role playing, dressing them in different outfits, pretending we're feeding them with a bottle, changing them on camera, all of those things are just meant for entertainment for people that love dolls. It's very simple, that simple. So the generalized reason I think why this young lady was, she said why she was, asking, was because she was considering ordering a reborn doll, and she wanted to know, did I experience, people that were not understanding, people that mocked you, things like that. I think her concern was, and very legitimate, especially for, a young person, that was the concern of, what is everybody going to think of me? So she wanted to know what, reborn collectors have experienced. Now, personally, I have not personally experienced, and I'm trying to think, maybe I've had 1 or 2 comments on my YouTube videos in the almost 1.5 years now that I've been on, and I'm not even sure if that's even was on my channel. I don't recall ever. I certainly never had any interactions, because if I did have a comment, I just would have deleted it. So I've never had any interactions with anyone, like trying to pick on me, mock me, say, oh, what are you, nutty woman, anything like that. However, I have seen quite a bit of it. I'm not sure exactly 100% why some ladies, some channels, some social media accounts get that. It just could be luck of the draw, who happens upon you. I don't know. I also, in all fairness, I'll say this. Usually, I would think that people that are going to click on here, if they do think I'm some kind of a nut, probably my personality in general, like, everyone that knows me, and even to you all that just clicked on, do I look like I give a flying rat's behind whether you leave a comment saying, why don't you go have a baby? Why do you love an inanimate object? All the things that people might say, like, okay, click, delete. It doesn't bother me. So that may be why people don't choose to attack me. I don't know. I have seen, and felt bad for some collectors that have really gotten, felt very hurt by, comments that were left of people that, just fall upon their channel or whatever the case, and just don't quite understand. And I'll just say in general, if you don't like, I mean, you go on YouTube, you look up anything, you're gonna find all kinds of stuff. And if you don't like something, just move on. Nobody's forcing you to watch it, but there's no reason to pick on someone. It's like, that's not the kind of person you want to be. Is that the kind of person that you are? Were you the kind of kid in school that picked on all the other kids because it made you feel better? Are you the type of adult that puts people down and drags people down to make yourself feel better? If you are, then, what are you sitting here watching me for? Find some peace within yourself, somebody to talk to, because, something going on. Most reasonable people know that. So I'm secure in who I am. I have always been that way. Even as a child, I wasn't the type of, kid to get teased. Grew up, I was apparently, a very popular girl in high school. Didn't even realize it. I marched to the beat of my own drum. I would be friends with who I wanted to be friends with, who I liked, who I enjoyed. They didn't have to be a part of any particular crowd or play, it didn't matter. It bothered me when people picked on other people. I would stand up for people getting picked on because that's just me. So, so I felt this young woman's, questions, were legitimate in the fact that that's something that you might think about. I can say that I own my own business. Those of you that have, follow my channel, I breed sugar gliders. They're small exotic pets. So I'm full-time doing that. And I completely and totally keep my hobby separate from my business. So my Facebook, although I haven't been doing any business or personal stuff on there in a very long time, I've been busy and my ads are elsewhere, etc. It doesn't really matter. Just the point, in fact, that I have an Instagram account where I post, multiple pictures a day of my dolls. I don't post on my Facebook or anywhere else. I'm here and there, generalized, and that's it. That is something where, my business is my business. Everyone is not always understanding. I'm aware of this, and I can't put my business in jeopardy. And a lot of ladies are, many ladies that, there's some of us that are on YouTube that don't show our face, that only just show the dolls and stuff like that, because they work out in the corporate world, or they're teachers, or they're doctors, or they're whatever, that they just don't want to face having to quote defend their hobby. And because most of us, let's admit it, for most of us, life is very busy. Most adults, whether you're going to school and working, college, whatever, or you're working, you have kids, you have a family, you have life is very fast paced these days. I don't think many of us have the time or the desire to want to have to start, explaining away a hobby that people don't understand, whatever. Many of us come here to unwind. We come, as ladies especially, we come here to enjoy the dolls that we love, the art that we love, with a community of ladies. There's friendships. It's a whole community of people. The community has its rifts of, people within it that don't get along with so-and-so and so-and-so, but in general, everyone is very supportive of one another and kind to one another. So it's not necessary to push the hobby on people whether it's friends, families, business associates, whatever, and then have to take the chance and the time to explain, to try to, rationalize it to them, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You know, for me, I am here because this is my happy place. This is my escape. It's a getaway from the daily bump and grind. I breed small exotic animals. Okay, so number one, they're animals. I'm cleaning cages, feeding, having them all over me, photographing them, getting peed on, getting pooped on, it just everything in that. So, I deal with the public, customer service, all of that stuff. I have children. I run a home and a life, and it's busy. It's the daily bump and grind. So this is relaxing to me. This is meditation to me. Some people enjoy going to the gym, yoga classes, swimming, horseback riding, photography, book groups, church groups. Some of us do multiple things. Some of us do a lot of those things and this. I've been doing a lot of the dolls the past since I've kind of gotten onto the YouTube and stuff, because in December, I wound up having 2 emergency spine surgeries. I got a lot of back problems. I had to slow down. Actually, I came to a halt at a certain point. With my back, I couldn't do other hobbies that I physically could do. So I really immersed myself here. Some ladies just get a doll, and doesn't mean that just because you buy a reborn doll means doesn't mean that you have to post any pictures of it or be on YouTube or anything like that. You can just simply enjoy, your doll. But even still, I remember in the beginning wondering, is my husband gonna come home and think I cracked up that I have this doll that we don't realize, meaning, people that have been collecting for a while and that are immersed in it, forget what it was like in the very beginning. Go back all the way to the very beginning. I know I looked, because I, in the beginning, was looking like, how do you make that fake milk formula stuff, and how do you modify a pacifier to fit, things like that. So I was searching things on YouTube, and I popped on and saw probably some of the channels that I enjoy now, and I was like, I didn't think anyone was nuts for doing what they were doing. What I did think was nuts was that they were publicly doing it and thinking nothing of role-playing with this doll, pretending to feed it, how real can you get the formula, all the things. And I was just like, it's embarrassing. That's how my honest to God opinion was. And so we get used to something because we're seeing it every day. We're doing it every day. We've immersed ourselves in the hobby. We forget, stepping back, what it can be like even first deciding to come into the hobby. I think many of us start out, I'm going to come up so you can see Lennon a little bit better, and then I'll pick up Asiel really quick. So anyway, I just wanted to reintroduce myself, explain a little bit about, answer, just a few generalized questions about my life, so people could just get a feel and a vibe for my personality. And I can say that very quickly, I, got my first, reborn, and then, another and another. And, I, truly have a love of babies, always had a love of collecting dolls, even as a kid, even as a teenager. Many of you have heard this many times, but I would carry my dolls in high school, in my senior year of high school. And I was very, very far from being immature. I mean, my senior year of high school, my boyfriend was 26. He was a grown man. I mean, I was very far from immature. I just loved what I loved, and I did not care what anyone else thought, period. And I'm not a careless person, like, don't care what anybody thinks, like, that I would hurt your feelings kind of person, or that I would, be inappropriately, dressed to go to my, children's school play or something. I don't mean it like that. Of course, yes, I care about being appropriate, but things that are not, enjoying a hobby, to me, is not inappropriate. So, it's my opinion, of course, but it's my life. So let me pick up Asir, so you can get another, and Asir is my heart here. He's just, has personality, character to me. He's very, very unique and just has that, face with a little bit of mischief. And I just did a video on this that'll probably be posted. It's a 2-in-1 day. I'll probably wind up posting this tomorrow, but this is Asir. So anyways, I just thought I would share that a little bit, and that I would share with any of you that might be stopping by to visit, to see what it's all about, to see, to get down and personal with a real reborn doll collector. I'd like to think and hope that I am a down-to-earth, quote, normal person. I'm a wife, I'm a mom, I'm a business owner, I'm a colorful person. I'm a creative person. I'm, when my health is complete, I'm an active person, So, that's all I can say. I would like to, everybody always wants to strive for perfection and moving forward. I would love to be more well-rounded. Like I said, I kind of had to give up, not give up, but just, not do so much of other hobbies that I enjoy. So right now I wouldn't consider myself so well-rounded in the hobby area, because it's really mainly this one. But in life is certainly very busy. There's not enough time in each day to get done what I gotta get done. I kind of have to stop at a certain point at night, and I purposefully stop to take time out of my days to make videos, to take pictures, to, even if it's for 2 seconds, to pick up a doll, to just snuggle it, hold it, kiss it on the head, put it back down, because it's a break to me. It's again, it's, everybody has their things that they do to decompress. And to me, the dolls are very decompressing. So when I come here to talk to, to come on YouTube, in general, I'm making the videos for the dolly world, for the reborn doll collectors, and not paying too much mind to who else from the, general mainstream flow of the public and YouTube and social media is going to be paying attention, because I figure you're not really going to be coming to this channel unless you have, you enjoy the reborn dolls, you own the reborn dolls, you want to own a reborn doll, or you're simply curious. But I don't think anybody else is going to be watching this like for entertainment on a regular basis, like, oh, let me subscribe. But since you're all here, if you're still listening to me, please hit that subscribe button. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. And while you're at it, make sure the notification bell is hit. This way you never miss a video, because if you're still sitting here listening to me, then clearly what I'm saying is you're learning something, it's entertaining, etc., etc. So come on and stay with me for my journey, because this here is a vlog of my reborn doll collecting. I'm having an absolute blast doing it. And remember that not everything that you see people talking on YouTube, people on TV is total reality. Not saying I come on here and act, but I come on and I enjoy, I'm relaxed. I chat openly, honestly, and I'm relaxed and trying to have fun and connect with you all. So, all right, I hope that answers a few questions, and I will go on to do a few videos on the actual dolls themselves, on about the different sculpts, how they're made, artists, how to find the, price range, all kinds of stuff that people coming in might ask. So, and I'm not an expert, but I will just share, if you're following my channel, I will share what I know as we go along. And if you have any questions for me, please feel free to comment below. And if you don't have any questions, comment anyway, because, that's part of the fun of it. I upload this, I go about my day, or night, and I will look on to the comments, and I don't necessarily, type back and respond to them all. It depends, but I read them all, and I acknowledge them all, and most definitely, if there's a question and I see it, I definitely answer. So, all right, everyone, thank you again so much for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed this today, and until next time, God bless.